Okay. Okay. Man, oh man. I want to say I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. I want to say I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. But I'm trying to look at this, which I don't have to because I got to listen to the audio and in the clip. And then now I'm seeing that black men and women are making a joke about a grown man talking about will lay down with a 12-year-old child. He will lay down with a 12-year-old child. Now, this is why you got to start being careful with these type of people on online when they start coming about with these stuff. You got to be careful with these grooming panels, these apologists, these type of men that have been going around on panels saying, well, if the laws are okay, it'd be fine if we lay down with children. I mean, it's legal. You got women going up, jumping on the panels. Well, I mean, it's okay. I don't see a problem because men are needed. Like, if it ain't one thing, it's another. And I try to figure out, like, well, damn, where does the line cross? Because I want to review this. I want to just review quickly and break down the thought process. But I even got to hear that some people were even trying to understand the mind of people that want to lay with 12 year not a 13-year-old, not a 14-year-old, not an 18-year-old. Right. But literally, you had it where grown adults, men and women, were laughing and chuckling online, talking about sleeping with a child. And I was like, okay, so how? Why, Sway? Why? Why would you? Why would you want to do that? Why would you? And there's nothing you can tell me about these disgusting men and women. There's nothing you can tell me about it because I mean, every day they take a step backwards, man. You know, if if it was allowed and the laws were to give you permission, would you marry a 12-year-old? Yes, yes, yes. Of course I would. These are grown men, and and you got it where women are right there laughing, kikiing with them. Uh, like I said, man, the separation of how disgusting a lot of these people are just getting every day more and more like fucking savages and animals, man. This is why I try to make sure I keep my distance. Because I'm sure what they're telling you, they're not trying to lie about it. That man was so happy to explain to me. When I heard that, well, he didn't explain it to me, but I wasn't there. But I'll be like, why are y'all laughing at this shit? This. What is funny about a man? What is funny about a man? And see, the thing about it, it was black people on a panel. But again, we know how bad the perversion of how a lot of these men and women can be. This is why you see so many sex offenders, HIV, STDs, STIs, pregnancies, and all this. And they come around on these shows and try to talk from this high ground. And you just got to say like, yo, man, like I'm good. I'm good on that. That's why, yeah, yo, man, you got to just keep the distance from a lot of these people, man. Why would you even want to defend that? What is the mentality behind defending somebody that wants to lay down with a 12-year-old little girl? And the fact that a man controlling the panel was just sitting there saying, "Well, this is just how the club goes." No, you're right. You have been telling me. You have been telling me, and you know what? This is why I have to distance myself, Jay. This is why I have to distance myself because now that and you know it's crazy. I'm seeing women trying to apologize and trying to make sense what they're saying. See, this is why I'm saying like you're having it where people don't mind selling out of children and infants and all that shit. Y'all, I mean, they'll say watch out for the white people, but then here they are, the blacks openly on a channel just doing that. No shame in the game. And I was like, damn, is it that serious that do you need sex that badly that you need access to a child? Do you need submission that badly? You talking about getting a child? But why are we surprised? Because a lot of these people were already like this. They were telling us this long time ago. They were telling us how they think and how they get down. That's why now hey man, y'all ain't got to hit me up trying to B.M.T. You need to hear me out. No, B.M.T. Y'all need to hear the other side of the show. No, niggas, no. I got to hear enough of that shit. That shit was cringe. Then I also got to hear the other side of the guy going over to his show talking about how he would lay down with a child. These people, I'm telling you right now, man, I'm telling you right now, these people don't care. Yeah, y'all got to watch out. I mean, like I said, it's not just the men, but it's the women do it. The women are a part of it too. Nobody is an adult that will say, why are we, first of all, there's no such thing as consent with a child. There is no such thing as consent with a child. A child cannot consent. So all you dumb motherfuckers, all you bitches and goddamn disgusting ass piece of shit men, a child cannot consent. Even if the parents don't want to step in, the state can step in. But you dumb fucktarts don't understand that because you're fucking stupid. You pieces of shit. I've 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 had my fill of seeing and hearing these panels of men talking about if it bleeds, it's ready to breathe. Or these women talking about grooming their daughters to get with older men so that way they can be respectable wives while the daughter gets doggone penetrated and all kind of gross, disgusting shit. You fucktards have no grasp of any type of humanity. That's why I don't fuck with a lot of y'all. Y'all are all old pieces of shit. Y'all trying to make sense. Like I said, man, like, and see, this shit's been going on for a while, dude. See, I need to start getting in touch with my friends who are in law enforcement, and I really need to have them start watching some of y'all channels a lot more thoroughly because we've been letting a lot of y'all just go by for a while now. Because y'all don't have no filter on just how far y'all will go. And see, I want to say it's just the men, but I can't because I've heard some crazy shit from the female side on grooming their children. These grooming panels, they're pieces of shit. That's why I don't like. That's why I don't do no family talks with these motherfuckers. Fuck, I look like talking with a groomer. I got what? I'm sorry. No, no, no. I'm not doing. No, no. Show me where a child can consent with an adult. Where? When? What laws will protect you? Because there is none. Even around the world, you cannot get away with that shit. There is no country in the world you can get away with that shit. No country. That's called human trafficking. So when y'all trying to throw these stupid ass nigga babble shit and talk to me about, well, you know, some countries, the age, it doesn't work. But if they were to catch your ass, you're going to goddamn prison for human trafficking. That's why I said you gotta be careful when you have these conversations with these pieces of shit. I've done heard enough of y'all speak. Like y'all know what the fuck y'all talking about. You don't. You like to pretend like y'all do, but you don't. I watched. I mean, I wasn't too. I wasn't. You know, it cut me deep. The people that were trying to make sense of what that disgusting piece of shit fatty dude had to say. It was a fat, disgusting man talking about having a relationship with a child. And what blew my mind was why were women apologizing for him? And I said, you know what? This is the black community. I mean, what are we surprised about these days? What are we surprised about? Why am I even surprised? We done seen this shit happen to children. We done seen this shit happen to our cousins. We done seen this shit happen to a lot of babies. We done seen this shit happen to the church. Motherfuckers get doggone sexually abused and motherfuckers start saying, give it to Jesus, give it to God, you know, pray about all that dumb babble shit. rather than just put a bullet in the motherfucker's head. So I'm not surprised with the big mama ideology or some shit. It's a baby. What, a baby made out of rape? Huh? Is that what we doing now? We trying to promote doggone child pornography? Abuse? But that's honestly what y'all promote. If y'all can just refute what I'm saying, do it. Refute what I'm saying. I want to hear that. Tell me, what about a man saying he will sleep with a 12-year-old was doggone a good idea? I want to know for the people in Fight Club, y'all can come at me all, I don't give a fuck. But y'all need to tell me what was so prolific. Y'all needed to have a conversation about sleeping with underage children. What about Fight Club was that? I know some of y'all niggas be hanging so badly to sit on and have those conversations. Well, if the law, it's the law. And it always be these fucking goddamn niggas that be wanting to have these conversations like they're motherfucking NASA scientists about sleeping with goddamn children. Like they goddamn, like, finding out the cure to goddamn HIV or some shit. What you gonna do if I sleep with your daughter? Nigga, I'm shooting you. I'm shooting you. I'm not trying to turn you in. I'm putting you down. What are they gonna tell me? That I let the doggone sex statutory offender get away with doggone violating my child? Who gonna judge me? I like to know. Especially in my damn state. Shit. I just saved some tax dollars. But again, this is where civility and maturity, they're not crossing. They're not meeting. This is why I understand why some people do not trust people to lead kids at school, at programs, at churches, at functions with around other adults. Yeah, hey, bro, you gotta tell me about what's going on, D-Darrell. You gotta tell me what's going on with these people. What's going on with some of these people, D-Darrell? What's up with these age of consent motherfuckers talking? But I'm trying to piece together, why would people try to make sense of the age of consent conversation? Why would people be apologizing for these type of disgusting animals? I need to know what state allows consensual relationships like that. I want to know what state. What state? Y'all need to tell me what school will allow a grown man or woman to consensually go to the military ball with a child. I'll wait. Because there is none. They will call the police on you. They will call the police. There's no high school event. There's nowhere you can go to get away with that type of shit. I'm trying to let y'all know. For those of y'all who probably don't got kids or ever been to any type of organized function, they would call the police on you. And the parents don't have to be the ones to press charges. Even though we know some of you sick motherfuckers will keep your mouth shut so long as that man or that person is allowing or giving them money or whatever type of shit. If the state finds out, the state can press charges. They find out who the daddy is, they will press charges. Thank God for the state. But I don't trust you motherfuckers, not one bit. I feel like if the grandparents were to be the ones to co-sign that type of sick shit, I want you motherfuckers to be locked up. I want you motherfuckers to be incarcerated also for selling out a minor. I want you to be locked up. I've heard the horrific stories of shift leaders trying to take advantage of young girls at McDonald's and Burger King and fast food joints at Walmart. Kids just trying to make money and you doggone holding their stuff over them. Let me see. I'm gonna have to play it. My mic cord had got messed up. I'm gonna see if I can play it. I'm gonna sound a little bit far away if I play it on the other one. But I'm gonna go ahead and try. But that's what y'all want to hear. I've already, what I'm saying, that goes to show you that perverts can be in position. Yeah, they are. They are. They are. And you have it where some people will try to say, just like a lot of people will try to get off the nuance of the abuse and try to validate it. A lot of people try to do grooming ministry. I call it grooming ministries. You got to watch out when they start doing these YouTube grooming ministries and they talk to you about why you should be this certain type of way. You should be that, get this type of young, impressionable young individual and shit like that. Listen, I've heard these disgusting grooming ministry channels. I don't stick around for I don't stick around for grooming panels and channels where they're telling people how to groom people. I don't stay on those type of channels. But I look at you as a weak piece of shit. And so we're seeing it where hang on, let me get this up. Let me get this up. I just now got an iPhone, so I have to I'm so learning how to do Mac products. They are annoying me to no end. They are. They're annoying me. But I want to play this video. I want to play this. Come on, man. See. See, they got me. I broke my damn mic cord, so now I got to go get another one. And it's already annoying the shit out of me. Hang on. Let me do this. Let me just see if I can just do this real quick. Now, I want y'all to see, and right now I do apologize. I'm gonna have to do some janky shit. Okay. All right. Now you got all these people, right? You got all these people. That's a man. That's another man in a ski mask. You got another man. You got a woman. Okay. Now I want you to listen to what they're saying. Okay. I want you to listen to what they're saying. Can y'all hear?
So, Jeffers, are you saying I was right? Are you saying I was right? Absolutely right. So, that's no, that is a good question. That is a good question. This question is for you, Fatty. And the legal age of consent was 12. Yes, they would. It is a 12-year-old. Absolutely. 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 So, Jonathan. Yo, Lindsay, slavery was legal too. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I want y'all to see this. This is a black man. This is a black man. Let me make sure I get that on. Named Jonathan Baronsville. He says, so if the legal age of consent was 12-year-old, would you weirdos be, sexting 12-year-old children too? You damn predators. That's what Jonathan asked them. So you have a way a man asks them, would you weirdos be having sex with children? Okay?
So, Jonathan. Yo, Lindsay, slavery 12. Yes, they would. It is a 12-year-old. Absolutely. 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 So, Jonathan. Yo, Lindsay, slavery was legal too. One second. Because y'all gonna be this all over jail. Jonathan, what? Down with you, let me knock it. Jonathan is a law-abiding citizen that throughout these months that I'm knowing always, you have to go by the law. You have to go by the law. You have to go by the law. If the law is there, he has to follow. No, the law don't say you have to date the law. Man, the law.
And why would you ask that question of a 15-year-old girl?
This is what now this man is talking about having sex with a 12-year-old. A 12-year-old and Javon, let me find out. Let me find out real quick. What grade is a 12-year-old in?
Seven.
So you just had it where this man was saying, I want this man was saying he would sleep with a 12-year-old.
That's a pedophile. Right there.
That's a pedophile. What is that, son?
A pedophile? Or like
Are adults allowed to touch y'all in school?
no.
what would happen?
The cops would have to arrest him.
Okay. So you have it where this grown man is talking about sleeping with a 7th grader.
Sexual harassment.
Go ahead. Thank you. Y'all go to bed. So I'm trying to understand this. Why a grown man, what up, Faith? Why a grown man wants to sleep with a 7th grader. Y'all hear that? A grown man wants to sleep with a 7th grader, have sex with a 7th grader. He says to see if they can get a reaction or attention. They might also make inappropriate comments about children's body parts by saying something like, look who's growing chest. Another warning sign is if someone talks about children in sexual terms, such as how they look, hot, or sexy. These are grown men. These are men on a panel. I'm not saying they all, but see, I gotta holler at you, Anton. I gotta holler at you, Anton. Like, Anton, what kind of shows y'all got going on at the Fight Club? What kind of shows y'all got going on at the Fight Club, Anton? That they're talking about questions where having sex with 7th graders. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 black men on a panel. Talking about having sex is called J Prince for president. Having sex with a child. That's what this guy in his apologetics are for. I want you to understand that. Hang on, let me drop it for my sis. But let me drop it for my sis, man. Like, yo, some of you motherfuckers, I gotta let y'all know, man. Y'all may never need to look for me to come by y'all fucking channels, man. Y'all motherfuckers are goofy as fuck. Why? See, first off, you have it where a man is going around talking about sleeping with children while other men are laughing about it. And they said, well, it's just like slavery. How do you want me to contextualize that narrative? So they don't view a child as a human being. It's like property. Whoever is, I'm just praying that this man, this piece of shit, doesn't have any kids. Because I need to understand the mindset of people that will go to bat for the. What, first of all, I want to ask the ladies, the ladies who were going to bat for this man. What goes on through your fucking mind when a man says he'll have sex with a 12-year-old? Does your motherly instinct not kick in? Because you're humanitarian, you being humanitarian at all? See, that's why I said there's more people here than Hardcore Tito or Glendon Cameron, Sinful to Pete. There's more people here. And they just sit right out and open. Now we got another one. Can you be surprised? Can you really be surprised? All accredited information about this goes to the Faith Factor. All accredited information goes to the Faith Factor. You can find this on her community tab. But y'all, this is from the men. This is from the men. These are from the men laughing and joking about sleeping with a 12-year-old child. Faith, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hold on a second. I didn't get my hold on, they didn't give me my coleslaw. Hold on, let me go on mute.
All right. But see, I'm just showing y'all how far from grace a lot of these people have fallen. Let's play this again. This is Jay Prince for president. This fat motherfucker right here. Now I'm gonna show you how greedily thirsty and hungry these people are for access to sex.
So, Jay Prince, are you saying I was right? Are you saying I was absolutely right?
Oh, okay, so yeah, that's right.
That is a good question for you, Fatty. Yeah, the legal age of consent was 12.
Yes, they would.
12-year-old.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So Jonathan.
Yo, Lindsay, slavery was legal too.
One second. Because
They're gonna be this all over, Jeff.
Jonathan,
Be down with you, man.
Jonathan is a law-abiding citizen that throughout these months that I'm knowing always, you have to go by the law, you have to go by the law, you have to go by the law. The law is there, he has to follow.
No, the law don't say you have to date
the law. Man, the law.
And why would you ask that question of a 15-year-old girl?
See,
Yeah, that
these
wow.
are grown men. Grown men. My son came in and told me a 12-year-old would be in 7th grade, around 6th and 7th grade. That's just starting middle school. That's a middle schooler. Their bodies didn't even start to even function. You got grown men up there. It's a Fight Club. It's a Fight Club. And this is what they talk about. All credit to this information go to the Faith Factor. I'm letting y'all know, listen, man, if y'all fucking apologizing or fucking with these type of people, hey, ain't no need to try to come talk to me about shit.
Well, I can't take full credit for it because I got it off of Playthings and Placeholders. He was the one that came on Dita Rail's panel and shared the information with Dita Rail. Because at first, there was a clip that was played that made it seem like he was innocent, because in that particular clip, when they first asked him, he was saying, I would date women, 25 to my age. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So this was like some kind of rumor. That's what I was thinking. It was a rumor. I'm like, okay, well, this guy didn't say nothing out of the way. But then Spade came up there and he had this clip and D-Rail played it. D-Rail played it like 4-5 times. And we're listening to it, and I'm hearing them ask him a yes or no question. This is not hard. Didn't nobody twist his arm? Didn't nobody say, "Hey, nigga, answer this question or else"? It wasn't like that. Wasn't nobody trying to do anything of the sort. They just asked him. So, if it was legal for you to marry a 12-year-old, would you do it? And he was like, absolutely. And it was just like, wow, the enthusiasm. So I was just like, that's unbelievable. I can't believe, that we're sitting up here and we're looking at this and they said he apologized and he smoothed it over and it was taken out of context and there was more to it or whatever.
How was taken out of context?
I don't know. I don't know. Because to me, I heard what I heard. So anything after that is like, even if you apologize, it's like after you said that, like, and it didn't sound like he was joking. Like people say, oh, he just joking and all this type of stuff. They just clowning. He didn't sound like he was in joke mode at all. Because I know the difference. I'm not stupid. I know the difference when somebody joking and they not joking. And right there, they asked him a question. It was not a joke in that question.
That man was doing damage control. That's what that was called. That was called damage control for wanting to be able to touch a minor.
Yeah, I don't joke about kids. I don't. Now that's where I draw the line. And people, they want to, be part of the in crowd, go where everybody knows their name, keep the party going. And this is the reason why stuff in our communities gets swept under the rug. Because I like Cousin JoJo. Cousin JoJo funny. Every time he come around, everybody laughing, partying. It's always a party when Cousin JoJo come around, but Cousin JoJo ain't right, isn't he? He might not be right, though. What's up, D?
Hey, what's up? What's up, Queen? What's up, B.M.T?
What's up, man? I'm just upset about the shit because I'm seeing people I thought I fucked with apologizing for goddamn people talking about having sex with motherfucking goddamn kids and shit. And I'm trying to figure out, like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, man. We kind of played the snippets, and I know you was there on my show for a little bit, whatever. But it was cringy. I mean, I understand they were talking about full scale what we were discussing. I don't really know. Like, I'm just really learning about that side of the sector, I would say, or that space. I do know in the spaces we've been in, we've been hearing, we've have repetitively heard shit like this. So this is not the first time we heard people saying crazy shit about the age of consent, which is to me cringe. And it really bothers me when you got 30, 40, 50-year-old men talking about the age of consent being 14, 15. And there have been people that have been on your platform and mine that talked about if the age of consent was 15 or 16, it's the law. So they following the law and shit like that. And those guys need to be, I know on my end, man, like a minor is a minor. I don't give a damn if it's legal or not. And to me, my position is, regardless of whether this guy, apologized as much as he did, it didn't negate the fact that he did say what he said. And they should have ended the conversation. Like they
were laughing with that shit, bro.
Huh?
They were laughing with that.
Yeah,
that shit
that's what I'm saying.
was amusing.
They kept going. It's almost like and like a person was saying, like they asked one question, he said no, but then they kept going on and on and on about the shit, and they was doing it like in a very lighthearted, joking like manner. But that shit is not funny. That's not nothing to joke about. Like, and then he said what he said, jokingly, laughing and light, and then you come back and realize what the hell you said, and apologize. And look, man, I have no. My position is, the audio didn't lie. You know what I'm
Audios
saying?
don't
We
lie.
heard what we heard, and at first, and we tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, like because first there was one thing that came up about the 25-year-old thing, then another one come up about whether it's legal and shit, and I hate to say this, man, but there is more guys than you would think in these spaces that don't have a problem if that shit was legal. That if a man wanted to marry a 16-year-old, they would be okay with it.
And I would have
That's
no.
the scary part.
Now I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna put this out there. First off, a child. Let's just get. We gotta just let people know. A child, a adolescent, under no circumstances, whether y'all want to go with the old white colonial laws, a child cannot consent. A child cannot sign any type of form of paperwork. They cannot. They cannot do anything sexual. Hell, even listen. Go listen. Do you know how fast the FBI will slam down on their ass? Do you know how fast the state will come down on you? Like that's what I'm saying. It's goofy people talking, bro. Like you know that, I know that, Faith know that. We're all parents. We know damn well that age. Listen, as much as they say, well, he's 16 or 17, there's nothing wrong with it. Bullshit. But the state will step in and take over the damn case. They will take over. It won't matter what the fuck the parents have to say. They're like, oh shit. Well, guess what? Y'all may not do anything, but we are. We're gonna do something.
Right.
And guess what? Plenty of people have met that fateful day. Like, yeah, you're right. It has happened on my panel where we have had men try to co-sign. We've had a teacher on my panel who has tried to doggone talk about taking a student out on a date. So yeah, I've seen it all. Nothing,
Right.
nothing, nothing is literally shit surprising me these days of what's happening. But I'm just looking at it. The first of all, the apologetic shit is annoying the fuck out of me. The apologetic shit, I need to understand. Somebody needs to help land the plane for my brain. Maybe I've been hit too many times overseas. I need to understand, what is the apologetics thing with people trying to make excuses for this type of shit? Can any of y'all both help me understand? Maybe y'all are a lot more calmer than me about this shit. But I don't see a reason why would you try to make apologists try to apologize for this type of behavior. Because we're having too much of that big mama shit, that give it to Jesus shit, that oh they didn't know what they were doing type of shit. We're having too much of that problem.
Well, apparently, according to reports here on YouTube, that he was being ganged up on. He was being set up.
The fuck?
They
Nah,
set him up.
ain't no setup. Like you said, they asked him a direct question. All you had to say was yes or no. That was a simple question that required a simple ass answer. And he gave the answer that he gave. Which, to be honest with you, if he was smart, he should have just dismissed the shit, and like after you answered the first question, you should have ended it there. But they kept going with the shit. And like I say, man, I'm just really, these guys. Really, I don't really deal with this person. I'm just really learning about him and a little stuff, and some of these other people that's connected to that. So I don't really fuck with them like that. but I'm not showing no support to those guys like that. They own some other stuff.
that's really all I got to say about it as far as with that. Um, I can't be with people who say that. Like I'm
I can't
already
either.
dealing with one pedo Negro right now. He then did a video about me and posted and did all his other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And this sector got a lot of people like that. Man, these guys, be overlooking shit like that. People that went to jail for strangling women and messing with 12-year-olds, and now you want to say you've been railroaded and she lied about her age and all this other shit. Like, I'm not hearing all of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that.
Right.
I have no tolerance for men like that. None. So it's unfortunately, man, these spaces attract people like this.
Right.
It attracts people like this. And we have heard, B.M.T, countless
Yes, we have too
situations
much.
of pedophilic behavior amongst people, men and women, and this shit has, like, every year we always get a couple of situations like this. It's like the shit becomes it regurgitates every year. We find out something about somebody, or somebody agree that this whole thing about consent. And I'm like, what the hell a 40-year-old man doing entertaining, an 18, 19, a 17-year-old in the first place? What the hell you doing entertaining something like that? It's ridiculous. But,
I look at it when I hear a lot of people, especially when they talk about the patriarchy aspect of being a man. And as I listen to that shit, you know, I believe it's a bunch of bullshit. And then I see um, that happening where, I mean, what's crazy about it, like they literally asked, like the question was straight open, like it was straightforward about asking about sex. It was straightforward. And the fact that some people are trying to say, well, maybe he didn't understand. No, 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 niggas. No, no. That should have been shut down immediately. But I'm seeing that some people want to hear that, because you know how, like, some people say a joke, just say, I'm just playing, just to see if y'all are going to be okay with it. And then if everybody's okay with it, guess what they do? Yeah, see, I remember Rico's World. I remember when they were having a debate on almost so many panels about age of consent. I remember when the women were co-signing a sex offender. It seems like I see it more and more every time.
right?
People trying to make sense of sexual, all kind of deviations to children.
But see, now we know how stuff like this happens to the children, because the gatekeepers are not really keeping the gate.
Say it, sis.
So now we sit up here and we see, things that are alarming that people are saying online. And then you got people, because they like a person, they like kicking it over there in their space or whatever it is about that person. They want to get clout, or whatever. I don't know what it is. But they're willing to overlook some things that are just huge red flags, huge. And so when these women, end up with these men, they end up touching their kids.
Uh-oh.
Now I see exactly what happens, why this happens, how it happens, how the explanations come. Because we're not keeping the gate. The gate is wide open. We just let anything come through. And because we like it, We're gonna try to explain it away. Oh no, this was just a little thing. It's nothing, you know. Meanwhile, you done let this person come in and they got the kids. They over there with the kids.
Right.
And because they might have said, you know, something to explain away the thing that they did or said that might be questionable. Oh, it was nothing, you know, left two, you know, business as usual. Nothing wrong, nothing to see here. But meanwhile, the kids are in danger because of people like that.
Right. It's
That's
crazy.
that's why I don't really be believing in any of that. We got to protect the kids. I don't really believe in none of that shit. I don't believe in none of these motherfuckers when they start
No,
talking
the
like
main
that.
people hollering protect the kids. They not really, when it come down to it, if it's they friend, they boon coon buddy, how about let's protect the kids from that person? Oh no, no, not this person. They cool. Really?
See? And that's how the motherfuckers be getting away when granddaddy gets a goddamn child pregnant, but we gotta go ahead and pray about it and have a whole family meeting on maybe they were being too seductive. Shit, like I'm a little bit over this. I'm over these bullshit ass conversations that keep happening, and I notice that they keep happening on the same type of panels with the same archetypes of people. Like I said, I listen, man. I can't tell nobody who y'all to fuck with, but I definitely am seeing a pattern.
Well, it's the same thing like B.M.T. If I saved your life one time, right,
Right,
and me and you go to be good friends because I saved your life, I'm invited
right,
to all the cookouts. Boy, you trust me with everybody, even the kids. And then one day I slip up and do something and say something that looks suspect. That might put me over in the pedo category. But remember, I saved your life though. What you
no,
gonna do?
no, homie. You don't cross that. You cross that line. Damn that. No, like me giving you a pass is I didn't kill you. I put you in the ER, but that's your pass. I didn't kill you, but you will be on that life support. That's the pass. That's your
Right,
life.
but
I allow
see,
you to stay alive.
but this is what I'm hearing though. You know, well, this person saved my life. They saved my life.
So I'm gonna tell you how that play out. I'm gonna tell you how that play out, sis. That's like a woman that the nigga come in their life and she helps them. He helps her get her life or keep the bills going or keeps them from getting on the street, but he's allowed to touch the child. He's allowed to get away and do all kind of fuck shit. No, you're just as guilty because you're turning a blind eye to your child being abused. And I've
Yeah, that's
heard those
crazy,
horrific
man.
stories. I know y'all done heard those stories. I know y'all done seen that where people done turn a blind eye to their child or that person, elderly, woman, man, don't matter. Well, shit, we still eating good. We still doing good. I'm telling you, man, these are grooming chats now. These are grooming chats. These are grooming chats. That's why I don't get that's why like some of these people when they be like, well, it's the law, it's the law, that's the setup play.
But
That's
see,
the setup play.
this is also how adults groom other adults to accept bullshit. This right here, the peer pressure.
Mm. Yep.
Well, I know it
Yep.
was bullshit, but it because it's this person and everybody likes this person. And if I say something against this person, it's gonna be something. Adult grooming.
But if you fuck with me, you should be able to check me. If you fuck with me, you should be able to check me. That's just, it is what it is. Ain't not a soul here on this panel can't come and check me. If I'm out of pocket, if I'm out of line, and y'all know how all of us are. Call out a motherfucker, man. This shit right here, y'all said it was too much when a white boy was doing it, but then I'm seeing the Negroes do it now. Now all of a sudden it's silence. Now all of a sudden it's silence.
Well, you know, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, B.M.T. We all, you know, we all do some terrible things in life. You know, you can't hold nobody accountable forever, you know.
Bullshit. Motherfucking shit. Hold the fuck up. When they start crying, woe is me, and color me and all that stuff, and we need to hold these men accountable, hold these women accountable, and I'm seeing all this shit. No.
No, that was 8 months ago.
I don't give a flying fuck if it was goddamn a year ago. No is no. Like, I mean, and specifically, first of all, they compared having sex with a 12-year-old to slavery. Let's talk about that shit first.
Well, I didn't hear that.
Oh, what? Did you hear that
when did they bring up slavery?
I don't remember hearing about slavery, man. Because we only caught like 2 minutes. It was like 2 minutes and 30 seconds of what we heard.
Oh, y'all don't pay attention. See, I love to pay attention. I love to pay attention. See, I listen very well, and literally, it's on your community tab. So, I'm gonna play it for you. Maybe my Mac computer be catching all kind of shit, because they're like, well, to be fair, it's just like slavery, you know, when they own slaves. So I'm like, really? Okay.
What does slavery got to do with it?
Well, see, it's called the grooming process. It's a grooming process. It's called control of somebody.
Okay. Every time something come up, we always bring up slavery.
So here we go.
That's the go-to topic.
You know it is.
It's that video. We're gonna play.
So, Jeffrey, are you saying I was right? Are you saying I was right?
Absolutely right. Oh, okay. So that's right. No, that is the question. That is the question for you, Fatty. Yeah, the legal age of consent was 12.
Yes, they would.
A 12-year-old. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Jonathan.
Yo, Lindsay, slavery was legal too.
One second.
You don't hear that?
Oh yeah, there was a person that said slavery in the background.
Slavery was legal too.
Yeah, he said slavery was legal too.
Bro.
Yeah, he said slavery. No, because I think he was responding to him saying something about it being if it were legal, and then he said, "Yeah, but slavery was legal too."
Yeah, just because it's legal don't mean it's right. Is what he pretty much is alluding to. Yeah.
So, like I said, it's crazy how they correlate. As much as atrocities was done, and how they dehumanize. This is why I said it goes without saying. The grooming, you dehumanizing somebody. So mind you, that's the question right down there. Right down there.
Absolutely. So Jonathan.
Yo, Lindsay, slavery was legal too.
So the question was a super chat?
Yep. Super chat right there. So if the legal age of consent was 12, was 12 years old, would you weirdos be effing 12-year-old children too? You damn keyword.
Okay.
That was a very specific question.
So that changes things because see what was said on the panel was that he was set up.
No, he wasn't. He was not.
Okay. It was a
They see
super
right there,
chat
they're all
question.
laughing, having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rare condition in this day and age. People in the chat laughing, having a good time. So does that look like a setup? Nah, it ain't a setup. They comparing sleeping to 12-year-olds with like, hey, I mean, slavery was legal, so technically it's not legal either.
But
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
I didn't know it was a super chat question. So that changes things. So that debunks everything about a setup right there.
Listen, y'all should know.
Man, see, here they go bringing up this stuff. See, with the Philippines and all them little third world countries. See, that's when see that's conversation when people start talking about this over the seas stuff. I just flip the channel, man. I'm not even entertaining it. Going to
Actually,
Brazil and Colombia, messing with with stuff legal, and man, I can't even bear those kind of conversations.
listen. First of all, that's called human trafficking. If you get caught doing that, because I got family in the Philippines that literally are stationed out there. You get caught messing with a 12-year-old, you will be locked up. Listen, they don't tolerate that shit. You can say that's a practice. No, they literally banned that with the Taliban. Y'all can keep on trying it don't matter if it's legal, it's just wrong. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's just
But
wrong.
again, it's wrong. That's
Man,
why the
you had a
UN.
guy, you had
Mhm.
a certain Hebrew Israelite talking about a 12-year-old is a woman by a lot. That's a woman. Kept saying, didn't allude to a 12-year-old as being a little girl as a woman. That's a woman.
That's Red
And I'm
Supreme.
just listening like, are you kidding me?
That's Red Supreme. That's another he supports hardcore Tito. Red Supreme. Red
No, that
Supreme,
wasn't
yeah.
him. I don't want to say the name, but it wasn't Red Supreme. It was somebody
Okay,
else.
wrong one. Okay,
One of the
okay.
old school. You know who he is. He been around a long time with the dreads.
I swear, boy, this is why if I could just turn back and get a DeLorean and go back in time, y'all, I would have never made this channel in this space, man. I just wouldn't. Um, listen, it's it's not sex trafficking, grooming, statutory. Listen, the world does not tolerate that. You may be able to go to some backwater ditch area and take advantage of some people in a mind you, they started cracking down on the Europeans going to East Africa for sex tourism
Right?
because
Mm-hmm.
they would go there and go get children.
Oh, that
So
went down the wrong pipe.
they started locking them up, men and women. They started cracking down in South America. Black men, white
Well,
men.
see, B.M.T. Real, this is what I said a long time ago on my content. And people like Phil from the Advice Show and a few other people, they was just like, nah, Faith, no. Well, I think we need to go back to our roots. To
Fuck
that
no.
damn South, to that South Central Africa, surrounding that Congo area, where a great
No.
majority of us came from. And see, I know we hate to say that we came from over there because we want to say, oh, we came from many different places. We did. We did. This is absolutely true. But about 60, 70% of us came from that Congo or that South Central Africa area.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that, but okay, I'm listening.
Okay. Okay, why you disagree with that?
Uh, because most of the slave dungeons were found in Ghana and in the areas around the coast, the Gold Coast, not in the Congo area in Angola. I mean, yeah, we did have people that came from there, but most of us came from West Africa.
It's easier to grab from West Africa, the ports of West Africa.
Yeah, there's four. You can tell the amount of
But see,
Africans came. I'm not saying that a lot of us didn't come from Angola and the Congo. I'm not
but
saying
Rail,
that.
you're right. We did come from those ports, but many of us was transferred from South Central Africa to those ports. Go back and read your history.
Right.
And you'll find out what I'm saying is true. So just because we came from the ports of West Africa, a lot of us was transported from South Central Africa through those ports because that's where majority of the trade came from. But majority of the people came from South Central Africa. So as I was saying, we came from that area where there was a lot of rape, killing, and right now to this day, murder capital of the world. Murder capital of the world over there. Now hear me out. Cause see, every time I say this, it's a fight. People gonna want to fight me for this. But I swear to you, that mentality that we had back when we were over there in West Central Africa, we bought it over here. We say we get a lot of our ways from the white man and how they taught us and stuff like that, and that's partially true. But I'm here to tell you that that was always there. It was always within us. And
I'm gonna
most of
have to
the
disagree with that.
no, I'm telling you, it was
I'm
always
gonna have to
there.
disagree with that one, but I get the sentiment, but I'm gonna disagree with that.
You could disagree with it, but it's facts. It's facts. You know, when we were over there in West Central Africa, over there by that Congo, what were we doing over there? The men were torturing the women and children, and they still do to this day. And them is the people that came over here. A lot of us are products of that. And we do not want to own it. But when I look around and I see how we act, we love toxicity. We can't live without it. It's the same way over there. Those women are being raped all the time. But some of those women, they will kill you if you try to drag them from their children and their men and their way of life over there. Because that's all they know. And it's the same way how we act over here. And you know, I wonder when we gonna put two and two together, because it ain't just
Faith,
what
you
we learned
missing a
from the
lot of
white
other
man.
dynamics besides that. There's a lot of other things that factor into that, and that's not the majority of black people don't act like that.
Shit.
We don't.
Okay. There's a reason. There is a reason why. Do you and even in little things, like even with doing business with each other, we're nasty to each other. There was just this. There was
Faith, you
this.
can't just tie that to.
No,
You can't just tie
Rail.
that
I'm
to the
telling you, it
Congo.
is ingrained in us. It is ingrained
No,
in us. It
I have to
came
disagree with. I have
from
to
the
disagree with that.
motherland. We still have connections to our roots through the blood. I'm telling you,
Like,
we just it's in the blood. I'm telling you, it's in the blood.
That's a theory that you think? I mean,
It's a theory. I'm not saying it's fact, but this is a theory that I have.
Okay.
Because I mean, we cannot let go of toxicity, even in doing business with each other. We do each other bad in business, whether we're consumers or we're business owners. We get bad customer service, or as consumers, we want something for nothing. It's just. I'm telling you.
Hold on, Faith. So you just saying we just naturally bad people?
I'm just saying
No, because that's what I'm hearing. I can't accept that, Faith. Because that's not true.
Here we go.
No, I'm not trying to say
the denial.
No, listen to me, Faith. I'm not saying that you don't have legitimate points. but I just can't. I cannot. I can't. There's just too many other factors that contributed to the plight in the behavior why we do the certain things we do to just tie it to that. I mean, there's other things along with that, but I get what you're saying. I'm not negating what you're saying doesn't have truth to it, but there's other stuff too that also factored into that.
Like what?
Like we were in slavery. Like nobody wants to talk about the fact that we were abused and sexually maimed, men and women, through slavery. That's an unspoken of thing.
We were
No one
doing the
wants.
same thing over there in South
No,
Central
no, no,
Africa. Yes,
no,
we
no,
were.
Faith.
And
No,
they're
but Faith,
still doing it
Faith,
to this
Faith,
day.
listen to me, Faith. Listen to me, Faith.
Derail. What do they
Everybody
call?
didn't come.
What do
The
they
majority of
call that
Faith,
Congo? They call it the rape and
Faith,
murder capital
Faith.
of the world.
Okay.
Jesus
The
Christ.
Listen
world.
to me.
We've been
Listen
doing
to
that.
me, Faith. A majority of us didn't come from the Congo.
Yes, we did.
A percentage of us came from the Congo. Myself, my ancestors came from Burkina Faso. They didn't come from the Congo. People came from Ghana. They came from Senegal. They came from a lot of people came from Nigeria. I mean, I'm not saying a lot of people didn't come from Angola and the Congo, but I think that's a blanket statement. That's kind of like,
No, I
tying
said
it to
a
that one
lot of us
area.
did. I said a lot of us did. A lot of us did. I didn't say all of us. I said a lot of us did, and we brought here with us that mentality. And that is
So,
ingrained in us. And that was before. And what slavery did was
but
just made it worse.
but behavior like that is taught. You don't. It's not. That's not something you're born with. You're not born with urges to molest kids. That's something that either you experience through trauma, exposure to things that you've seen as a kid, or you've been victimized and not being able to cope with that. You inflict that on other people. I get what you're saying, but that's a blanket statement. I can't vibe with that. I just can't, man. And I'm not trying
Well,
to
like
say
I said,
you don't
it's
have
a
truth with that,
theory.
but
It's
there's just
not
too many other
it's a
things.
theory. It's a theory. It's not fact.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, looking at how we treated each other over there, especially how the men treated the women and the children, especially how the women and the children were treated.
So
It
let
was
me ask
bad.
you
And
this.
even to this day, it's still horrible.
So let me ask you this. So you think that um the majority of black people, we have an ingrained a propensity to treat each other horribly?
I think so.
Okay, based on what?
Based on our roots. I think where we came from, especially, it seemed to me like other groups of people were also brought to this country and done wrong as well. But
But
they
you
didn't have the
comparing that to
they
slavery?
no. But they didn't have the hold on. They didn't have the propensity. Well, hell, look at the Jews. They were murdered. I mean, but they didn't have the propensity to turn on each other and be horrible to each other like we do.
Yes, they were. Yes, they did. They did do bad stuff to each other.
Are they still doing it to this day, D?
You want to know why they don't?
Are,
Because
are they still?
they allowed them to become white.
But we are horrible to each other to this day.
Most black people are not horrible to other black people.
She.
That's not true.
Okay.
Because if that's the case, then and if that's the case, if the majority of black people were just horrible to other black people, then we'd be in a way worse position than what we are in.
It can't get no worse than this.
Yes, it can. It could get a lot worse than this. It could.
Oh man, come on, D.
Yes, I'm sorry, but that I just can't believe that. I just what I see is that yes, we do we as a people we have some cultural things that we need to improve upon, and I do think that there are things that there's a lot of things we can improve upon. But there's also things that black people do well. We just don't just 100% everything just horrible, bad, and stuff like that. There are things that black people excel at that is never talked about, and it's too much overshadowed by everything that
We
we do
do
wrong.
talk about things that we excel at. We always talk about the first black this, the first black that. We do talk about it, D.
No,
But
we
then
don't.
there's yes, we
When?
do.
Who talk
all the
about that?
time. All
BMT,
the
do you hear
time.
people talking about black success and black being an exemplary person as a community? I'm not talking about isolated events. I'm talking about as a culture, as a people. We don't talk about that. I never heard that
Yeah,
in
we
these
do.
spaces.
We you know what, you're right. You're right. We accept a lot of bad things as being part of the culture. So you're absolutely right.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna say this. There are things I think for us, man, it's a lot. We could be doing a lot better. And we
We
do,
sure can.
and I do think that there is a thing as far as, you know, certain behaviors that can be passed on from one generation to another. That I do give legitimacy to that because that obviously happens. If you come from certain places, regardless of if you integrate into another culture or not, if you were doing dysfunctional stuff, you're going to translate that to a new environment from from one generation to another. That happens. Generational curses
So I mean, why would
do
you
occur.
not say that what I'm saying is not far fetched? I mean,
Nah,
if
yeah,
we
because you're
hold
saying
on,
where it becomes far fetched when you start saying the majority or large percentage.
I say
I can
yeah.
accept
I think it
that.
is. I do believe it's a large percentage because of how we are today. I do believe. I really would like for there to be some kind of mass DNA testing so we could figure it out. Because I really do believe that we came from that rape murder capital of the world
Well,
over
I
there.
didn't come from that area. I did the test.
Well, you know your demeanor and your temperament. I believe you. But some of these people, if they do their DNA Congo, I'm not gonna DNA testing, I bet you that Congo come up. Some of these folks act like they got ancestors straight from the Congo.
Well, BMT didn't the Gullah Geechee came from what they were what native to what Nigeria.
Yeah, we're from that side. Like I know, like I've seen. That's why I don't. I mean, that's why I bring up a lot of Nigerians. And literally that's where the word the N word comes from because that's where they were pulling a lot of them from. But in the same sense, uh, like I said, I that's why like I even had a chance to go get like reconstruction to my so like oh, do you want to get this changed and do you want to get that done? When we get back to the U.S., we can get it done. Um, we made a stop to Africa. I got to see some of my people, and I would how I am here in the U.S. over there, I'm normal. Like from my smile to my facial features, my whole body. Like you gotta understand, a lot of the stuff that we try to look like are European um, facets of how they view beauty versus how we or in other countries or other places they see beauty. And so, you know, somebody say, "Oh man, darker skin is bad," but in other places it's beautiful. It's nice. It's smooth. You know what I'm saying? We hate how we smile or certain stuff like that, but our bodies or our structures are set up a certain type of way for survival, for certain type of purposes of how we are or how our ancestry is. That's why I
Not
was
in
like,
West
that's,
Africa.
but see, the thing about it is you got to understand, and that's the thing about it. A lot of the Africans, as much as they be trying to talk some Pan African shit, this is not me banging hard, but they be doing a lot of goddamn wanting to be like the European shit. And so
Yeah, I know
I
that skin lightening stuff is crazy.
yeah.
It's
It's
running
crazy.
rampant over there in West Africa.
Yeah, it is. That's crazy.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
But I like
I,
watching those Nollywood movies. I watch that all the time.
no,
I
I
watched that
listen.
too.
They're on Netflix. Yeah, they're on Net. Listen, they got a lot of good movies on Netflix. Um, that they do, and I think that hey, they're really good. Um, Now the stuff about it is, uh, I don't overlook the bad behaviors, just like I also look at the good behaviors. And some things were trained and and we carried a lot of traumas on. That's why the talking to youth or the children shit. Like I said, I've talked to a group of men that believe that sleeping with kids would help you get rid of HIV because they believe that youthfulness.
Yeah, that's in Africa.
That was a thing in Africa. That was a
See,
thing.
Ray,
That,
you thinking we was some good people over in Africa, man?
Yes,
I'm
we
telling you,
were good
no,
people.
we
Yes,
know
I
we
believe
wasn't.
that. We were
You
not
know we
bad
wasn't.
people.
I
Ain't nobody
didn't
gonna
say that
convince
they're
me
bad. I
otherwise.
didn't say that they're bad. I said that was
Of course,
bad training. That's bad training. Like, if y'all don't believe me, there actually is a documentary, a document, a documentary of literally. But I got to see some of that, and actually I got to when I went over there to help out with the missionaries, they had to teach them like, hey, that's not how you get rid of HIV. Like they had to do HIV and AIDS training because some of them did not understand what it was or what it did. They just thought people got sick, and they said,
right.
Man,
well,
them
I
people were
could just
just
go,
pure D evil.
Come on,
you know.
man.
So
Let me put
you
that
have to teach. You got to teach people like, hey, like, listen, y'all have to go and you got to go and you can't wash it off. You can't put soap on it. You got to actually wear protection, ladies. This is what you need to do for what I'm saying when you're cycling. You got to actually do these kind of things. Like there were some educational things that some people did not know
right.
that
You
they were
know,
being.
when my cousin, when he was stationed over there, I forget what part of Africa he was in, but he was telling me that he sat there and watched women being raped on their front lawn.
Jesus.
And I'm sitting up here like, how is it that we can be so blind to the motherland? Why do we romanticize over there? Why
Well,
can't we say it's some nigga fast shit that came from over there, and maybe some of that nigga fast shit from over there came over here too? Because a lot of the people that they captured and made into slaves were people that they were warring with or people that they had locked up, and they just gave the Americans and other countries the worst of the worst. They didn't give the best of the best. There was a lot of rapists, there were a lot of murderers that they sent over here.
the thing about it is on what you're saying because, like I said, like I've dealt with a lot of children soldiers in the Congo and men. And yeah, that was a thing, cutting off nipples of women, throwing battery acid on their vaginas, and a whole atrocities of shit. I've seen that. Slavery is very much real in Africa. That's why I'd be like telling people like be careful when you go over there because if you get caught in the wrong area, it does not take much for them to if you get lost in the sauce, like that's a real thing.
Yeah, it's a
So
lot of bad stuff going on everywhere. I mean, that's just
I don't try to bang, but I get what
yeah,
D is also saying on the other side. Like I don't try to bang on it and just say this is it because it's worldwide. But I'm not going to try to tell people, hey, you come to Africa, like you're going to escape all that white imperialism. I'm like, nigga, you
nah. I,
probably
I,
going.
I ain't never say that. Of
No,
course,
no, I know you ain't never going to say that. I know you ain't.
yeah,
But we do have some content creators who do that shit where they'll tell people just go to Africa or ladies, if you go there, you'll be safe. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, man. Like, you need to tell people what could happen or what. Like, listen, you can't just dress any old type of way in some of those areas. But some of them areas are heavily Islamic. They will chop your ass. You men, I know when y'all say y'all going to Africa and y'all just talking to the ladies, I'm like, where? Because in some of those areas, you talk to some of those women and they have men around, they will
Hmm.
they could kill you.
They will
They
kill
will
you.
beat
And
up.
then somebody in the audience said, "How did my cousin watch women get raped on their front lawns?" When you're in the military, you can't just act independently. That's the other thing. And BMT, you could tell him, you can answer that question better than I can.
Which one? Question alleged witnessing like that. He saw it happen and just did nothing. Well, that's why it happens. And well, first off, the thing about it is this. Um, No, you can't just always just interfere with what they got going on. First of all, if they're disciplining that woman or whatever the hell they got going on, You can't just interfere. I know we like to think like as Americans that it's our job to stop. Hell, I seen a whole damn stoning. You think I could just say, well, I'm going to just stop that stoning? No, sir. That was not our place. It was two people committing adultery. There's nothing we could do. That is not our place. You gotta understand, as Americans, that is not our place. So though he may felt some type of way about what was happening or felt like, hey, he needed to stop it, no, he could have caused a diplomatic situation.
Exactly.
See, I get no what you're saying. Listen, Kev, I get it, but as Americans, we think that somehow we can yippee ki yay everywhere. Everything has listen. There is literally y'all got to go watch worldwide news. There was a girl who went to a concert and showed some skin, like wore like a crop top with the net over it. Now she got saw. Somebody took a picture of her and put it on the internet. You know what they did to her? They flogged her. Took her back to her village and they flogged her in front of the whole village. Now, tell me who was going to stop that? Nobody. Nobody was going to stop her from being flogged. Y'all got to understand, like some places you can't do nothing. But literally, the only thing that we could step in and we were to see child endangerment. And like, I mean, when I'm talking about child endangerment, like you see like a container full of people being sold as sex slaves. And we have to prove, hey, this container is illegal. This container right here. And that's little with the UN. Mind you, I'm trying to tell you, man, the world is not just
But
it's
what happened
not
to
black and white.
Rail?
I ain't know. I don't know if you're gonna jump back in or not.
Oh, because
But
that's what I was trying to tell him. Like, we romanticize over there all the time. And who do you think was rallying up the slaves and selling them but other black people? So I mean, the shit we do to each other, it wasn't just something that we learned over here. A lot of shit also came from over there, but being over here made it even worse.
no, right, and that's the thing about it. Like that's the thing. Like it's a lot of shit, man. Like I know we like to think our shit don't stink, but listen, man. That's why I understand why faith go in like that on like, hey man, like the African shit. There's a lot of foul stuff that be happening because it do. It's true. A lot of that shit do be happening, man. Like
Yeah,
a
I
lot of that,
don't I
yeah.
don't have no desire to go back to the motherland.
Like I'm
As
trying to
a woman, it would not be a pleasant trip for me.
like I said, like y'all got listen, man. You got to be careful when you're traveling about. Yeah, I know a lot of people say, well, like how y'all say, well, they were married, they could marry so and so such age over there in such country. They can get away with that shit. You cannot. You cannot. Y'all see what happened to Austin Holloman? Then y'all, he want to go around and look at schoolgirls. Now look at his ass. They ran him out of a whole country. We cannot do what they do and what they do in Mama's house. I can be invited over to Faith Mama house. Faith is swearing, cussing up a damn storm. I get in her house. Shit, god damn it. Everybody in the house looking at me crazy. Why do you think everybody in the house looking at me crazy, Faith?
Because you disrespecting the house.
But hold on now. But Faith, I'm black, just like you. And I mean, you invited me over to the house. Why can't I do like you?
Well, because you're not part of the family.
And that's
That's
the
a
thing
that's
about
a
it.
family thing. Yeah.
And that's the thing y'all need to understand. When y'all say, I'm going to Jamaica, I'm going over there to this area. I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go over there and get me this girl this age. You're not part of the group. You're not part of the group.
But like I said, I just wanted to throw that out there because I know a lot of people hate to, have that accountability come back on actual black people for what actual black people do to other black people. Everything is the white man's fault, and we wouldn't be in this situation if not for the white man. And the white man made me do this, and the white man made me do that, and everything ain't the white man though.
Yeah, I think that's the thing about it. That some people don't want to touch. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Chantel? You can always come up if you want to. This
You know,
comment.
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying like these things. Why these things about people be touching kids? No, we got a lot of those bad behaviors here, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it. But see, I've done seen it. We've done heard it. They've done called it out. Like I said, man, I'm a little, I'm a little upset of the apologetics and also of hearing how well, yeah, I think some of these hereditary behaviors are starting to. I mean, now you can't even hide the motherfuckers anymore.
Well, I was watching this Nigerian show. It was kind of like set up kind of like Oprah Winfrey, where this
Oh,
talk show host from Nigeria was interviewing a young Nigerian girl who escaped her family because the father was raping her.
Jesus
and
Christ!
and the mother was encouraging it, trying to get her to stay and be quiet and don't say nothing to nobody. Yeah. So although they changed the laws over the years that made that sort of thing illegal, the laws don't get enforced. And that's what that girl was sitting on that talk show saying. She was like, they don't enforce the laws. So it might as well not even be laws for women out over there.
And
So
see,
if
that's
you're a
the thing,
woman thinking
right?
of traveling over there, that's the reason why I wouldn't be gung ho about going over there. Now it might be a different experience for a man, but for a woman, it's dangerous, and it's always been like that.
That's
So
why.
all the mhm.
No. What you're saying is true, Faith. I think that's why I get upset when I hear. Now, mind you, look at what you said. The mother, rather than protect her child, was siding with the father about what he was doing to his own child. Fuck the
And
well being of the child. Yeah, the mother should. And mind you, I'm not. And mind you, the dad, he a piece of shit. But sometimes the laws don't protect these people. Go ahead, Faith.
in my African culture has never been that kind to women. With the what do you call it when they the female circumcisions? They
Yeah,
believe that
female
women,
circumcision.
needed to be circumcised. It
Oh
was
man,
a lot of things that they did to women. Even before slavery and beyond, that was horrendous, horrific. And we're sitting up here thinking that none of those bad habits and bad behaviors came over on those boats. You really think none of those behaviors and belief systems came over on those boats? But remember, misogyny towards women in the continent of Africa was at an all-time high during slavery. So
I thought they
imagine how
I thought
much
they treated them like
worse it
queens.
was. Hmm?
I thought they treated them like queens, and you
Oh,
know they.
please. That's how we romanticize it. There definitely wasn't no coming to America.
There was none of that. She's your queen to be. You didn't get that? Y'all sure y'all weren't getting that treatment?
No, it was none of that. Nope. It is you better marry your 90-year-old grandpa or else. And you like 12.
Like I said, they had to outlaw that. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, that's why I hear the romanticism of going to all these places where, in Africa you could do this and do that. Or in this country you could do that. And I'll be like, man, I'm like, we got another one. We got another one. I've heard these grooming conversations, man. I've heard these women talk about, ladies, you need to train your daughter to be submissive to that man. And I'll be like, see, another one right there. Like, why are we doing this? Like, you know what? But see, it's just like what Miss Sophia told Harper. What he told her to do to her, beat her. He said, beat her. Even though she was being abused, you go ahead and beat her. It's the only way you can reach her. We carry too much of that abuse, man. We carry too much of that abuse shit. And it's not right. It's not right at all.
But the thing about it is, what we brought back with us was those belief systems from over there. And we didn't think that we were doing anything wrong then. So imagine if you perverted with slavery, how much more messed up the belief system becomes. But, don't nobody want to, take a minute to sit back and think about that for a second. We had some pretty messed up belief systems. And even to this day, it's some messed up belief systems over there.
Yeah. We need. I don't think the thing about it is we're trying to normalize too much of it. You know what I'm saying? I find it interesting. They talk a lot about, well, the age of consent. I said, man, that's the gate. That's the opening gate right there. It's not against the law in some countries. Which one? The one where they burning children, burning women and children with battery acid on their vagina? Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
You want the one where they take little boys and dress them up like little girls and sell them?
Or force them to join their army and become killing machines.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm hurt, but we done seen this too many times, Faith. Hell, they done came at both of us for trying to say this is wrong. This is wrong. So
But like I said, when I heard his accent and he was talking on the panel and they asked him that question, and when he answered the first time, I was shocked because most guys that come from other countries, they are very, very stuck in their beliefs. So to find someone that would actually embrace the type of culture that we have and say, oh, 25, I was like, oh, okay, he ain't saying nothing wrong. He all right. Then I hear the truth. Like, no. He over here still with his fucked up belief. And I
now
knew
now you can
I
see
knew it
everything.
had to be something.
Now you got to see for yourself. Now you got to see for yourself the Cash App. You got to see, oh, so this guy really knew what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And
No.
added to the top, they brought up slavery. To be fair, if slavery was involved, I just that's what I'm saying, man. When in doubt,
Yeah,
slavery in doubt.
he said that slavery was once legal too, but it didn't make it right. A lot of things that they make legal, it goes against a human being's right. Like a
Right.
lot of stuff that's legal in these foreign countries go against the rights of human beings. People's human rights are being violated under the guise of legalities all the time.
Yeah. That's why they're complaining about what's going on in the Middle East right now. I'm like, hey, those people can't fight back. But we have the right to defend ourselves. That don't make it right, man. That's like a little kid. A little kid where the doggone push you. A little kid would have pushed you. Did that give you the right to punch them in the face at full force? No. It's a little child, 3 years old. They can't do no harm to you. Like
But
I
yeah,
said, man.
I say a lot of things, BMT, that's controversial. But I
Yeah.
want people to think, and I want people to have these conversations, because we can't constantly be sitting up here romanticizing Africa like it's coming to America, because it wasn't. We sold each other into slavery. We did a lot of foul shit to women and children, and we did that shit way before slavery. And then they sent the worst of the worst over here. And so when you get a whole bunch of bad people together, what do you think is going to happen? You can't tell me that they were sending the best of the best. I don't believe that. Some of us came from murderers and rapists, and we don't want to own it. Do you think that if the United States had to get rid of some people, that they would send the best of the best, or are they going to go into the prisons and send those people over there?
Oh, we're gonna do like the Europeans did, and that's how they got Australia. Australia ain't the best of the best. That's all the worst shittiest of society. That's actually how we got America. Y'all think the Pilgrims were the best of the best? Fuck no. Pilgrims were the few that they didn't want.
But
They're like,
BMT,
listen,
we should just not wake people up from their slumber. We should just let them continue to live in la la land.
y'all,
You know,
y'all need to go read that book, man. America, that's the shittiest of the shittiest.
no, I came from kings and queens. Yeah, I
No,
got
you
nothing
didn't.
but kings and queens in my background.
Nah, you
No,
didn't.
Faith, I came from the best of the best. No, none of my people were rapists. Yeah, your people were probably descendants of rapists and murderers and thieves too, because they didn't send the best of the best over here. I'm sorry to burst your bubbles.
So I just
I think I read a few times in a few history books where some some prince or some king was captured and made into a slave, but he was a heathen his damn self, and he was he was captured because he was over there where he was at doing dirt, and they wanted to get rid of him. So some of you may have came from King Dingaling,
hmm, ain't that many of y'all. It's not that many of y'all. Again, like I said, it's look, this these conversations of wanting submission so badly, and that you go down to the level of a child. You can't you can't clean that up. You can't clean that up. And there's no way that any of y'all can try to fix that up at all. Well, I'm saying that, get them when they're about, they're a teenager. In some states, 17 is legal. Y'all be y'all be playing these games, and I just look at y'all like we just need to just start turning y'all asses over, man.
Yeah, the quickest way to piss black people off, especially the Pan Africans and the conscious community, is to tell them the truth about slavery and the truth about where we came from and who some of us were. And they will swear up and down. Now I was there.
They start pulling out books and shit. They start pulling
Yeah.
out Google books and shit and start quoting scriptures and all that good shit.
Not my family lineage.
You hate black people,
Mm-mm.
just saying this shit. I was like, yep. That's why I'm saying it to you. Getting it out the way.
We not all bad. I was looking at who was that food critic? They had this big thing about this food critic. He was out in all these Atlanta black owned restaurants. I forget his name.
Damn. Well, Super Slide just talked about that dude. Some shit. It's some dude, and I guess now they're threatening to kill him or some shit. Now they're threatening to kill him. I said,
Yeah,
damn.
because he told the truth. Now, see, if you tell the truth about how black people are, how we are to each other, how shitty we are doing business with each other, how bad we treat each other, then we want to kill. Oh, you stopping my money? No, you stopping your money. People been complaining about the bad customer service over here.
Uh,
I don't know how many times I done had a
when
beauty.
did restaurant get to the level where they want to kill people?
I don't know, but BMT, it's true though. We had the worst customer service. I don't know how many times I've gone to the beauty salon and had an appointment, and I'm there waiting for hours because this motherfucker done overbooked. Got 4 people scheduled the same time as my appointment. Now, if I had a known, bitch, that you would have scheduled all these people in the same hour that you scheduled me, I would have never came to this motherfucker.
They
But
saw
they'll
money.
have you
That's what
sitting
they
in there
saw.
for hours.
They saw money.
And
That's what they saw.
they think that you should wait. But this is just how it is. You should just wait.
Nah, no, I don't play that. They saw money.
Keith Lee, that's who it was.
They saw money. Keith Lee. Yep. Yep. When they see money, they don't see shit else. And that's all. And all that tells. Like I said, man. Some of these people so badly.
Is there somebody in the back?
Hang on, let me check. I don't know who that is. ASM, aka. I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't know who that is. Oh no, they ain't gonna let you up, man. Nah, Faith ain't gonna let you up, man. Yep, they ain't gonna let you up. Sorry, they ain't gonna let you up, man. Mm-mm.
Well, you don't have that little thing that you can put in front of the screen so in case they try to porn bomb you.
No, I don't. But other than that, we're gonna wrap it up. We gotta wrap it up anyway. I got an
Oh,
early
okay.
morning.
Okay, well I ain't gonna push it.
I got early morning anyway. So like I said, I don't know how to do all that other shit anyway. I gotta go get my computer fixed. Goddamn, the damn dog ripped down my mic. I'm gonna see y'all guys later. This is BMT Faith. Y'all hear my voice is already crackling. I love you guys. Y'all stop being apologists for sex offenders or people who are deemed or for the sexual exploitation of children. Stop. This is BMT along with Faith. This is where I got the content from. She got it from Spade. Spade got, God damn it. So many people got it. Faith, anything you want to say before we go?
I'm just wanting to say to people, we got to stop this culture of trying to explain away and defend the indefensible. That right there, I would love to see that. I really would. And we need to start openly looking at, our history and asking ourselves some questions about where we came from, the behaviors that we have now, and how we live in today amongst each other and how we treat each other. It's too much, I gotta go and, deal with my brother or my sister, but my brother or my sister is giving me the worst service ever. Like I go into the grocery store or Walmart or, places where everybody frequent, black, white, everybody. The brother is behind the counter, but he can't greet me with a smile. But he know how to greet that white man with a smile or that white woman with a smile. See, we know how to give good customer service and be kind to others. But for some reason, when it comes to us, we don't know how to be kind. So that's all I got to say. Peace.
I'll see y'all guys later. We're wrapping up the show. This is B.M.T. Peace.